Alright lads, so today over on Bleach Soul Resonance, which is kind of a short update video regarding the voice acting and cutscene situation. For those that aren't aware, the current biggest problem in Bleach Soul Resonance right now is that a lot of cutscenes are missing. A lot of voice acting is missing when it comes to the main story mode. Now, most if not all the cutscenes are already done. You were able to see some of that in the beta, and also recently in the devlog, they did briefly speak about the situation, explaining that it is an IP approval problem right now. The cutscenes are done, the voice acting is ready to go, they just need approval from Shueisha. It's a weird situation to be in, but we have gotten some brief updates, nothing that they've mentioned in-game just yet, so as we continue to get updates, we will cover it on the channel. But as of right now, Chapter 3 and definitely 4, that did not have voice acting before, has now been updated to include voice acting and also cutscenes. So it's one step at a time. We're still waiting for Chapter 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, etc. to have their cutscenes. And again, they are done. We're just waiting for approvals. So with us there, let's actually jump into some cutscenes. I guess we can look at Chapter 3 onwards, more so in regards to this one with the Ikaku's fight. I'm pretty sure these didn't have cutscenes. Again, for me, when it came to actually playing the release of the game, since I played the beta so many times, I already have seen all the cutscenes that we did get in the early chapters. So my thought process going into the launch of the game was just to completely skip them. That way I can progress as fast as possible to make content. But it is a bit of a shame that we were missing a lot of cutscenes in the later parts because they are, for the most part, well animated. I mean, as of right now, the Bleach games that we do have access to, Brave Souls, it's a super old game, so they only do like pictures. Rebirth of the Souls had a lot of cutscenes. I think in total it adds up to like 20 hours of cutscenes. But the way they went about adapting the anime in cutscene format was very stiff. And it didn't make for a good entertainment per se. But the cutscenes right now in Soul Res are actually pretty good. A lot of movement when needed, right? So right now we have the fight with Ikaku. And they only get better in time too. Again, Ikaku coming at us right now with his Zanpakuto. And I've already seen some of the data mined cutscenes, more so in regards to upcoming story parts. I believe there is a Turn Back the Pendulum cutscene that is very well animated. So I'm excited to see the future stuff. Hopefully now with Chapter 3 and 4 fixed, they can move on to fixing the later cutscenes, you know? So let's just play this one out. Okay. Activating the Shikai. I will be honest though. The Ikaku fight is a bit jarring. Right now it'll be super easy because we are like super leveled up, but when we do get to the Kenpachi fight, okay, he's already gone down. That's crazy. So this one I can't remember if it was already in the game. Again, I was skipping them. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not sure this one's entirely new, but I definitely do know the Kenpachi ones are new. So pretty cool too that they are using the anime's OST. That's something I didn't expect to actually see in the game. You know, it was available in the betas, but it's very rare for games like this to actually use the anime's OSTs, because usually there's some forms of copyright regarding that. They usually come with their own OST. So this is the slash with Ichigo and Ikaku, the final slash. Pretty cool stuff. They don't do the black and white like it does in the anime, but it's still cool nonetheless. So right now, this is the moment where Ikaku teases Kenpachi. And the tease is really cool. I remember reading, I've actually read the manga first at this point. I read pretty much up until this point, and then I switched to the anime. Not really sure why I chose to read first. I don't normally ever do that. Ooh. This part's kind of cool. Nice scenery of the Soul Society. You kind of see this view in game too. There is a section where you can kind of stand there. Here it is. Who is the strongest? Probably. I mean, it's either him or Chad. It was either him or Chad. True say Chad should have went against Kenpachi. Oh. Like, Kenpachi's always had aura, He never lost it, but damn, the early Soul Society arc when we're just finding out about Kenpachi. So cool. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, so that's chapter 3 then. And we do get, what I really do like, by the way, I'm not sure that was also added with this update, but we do get the little doodles in the bottom right, which is very similar to how they do it in the manga, or how Kubo did it in the manga. So, really unfortunate that chapter 5 isn't available, because the fight with Kenpachi would have been very cool. So yeah, the final fight with Kenpachi, this one in particular, hasn't been updated. Which is kind of a shame because this one's actually really cool. But I guess while we are here, and we are going to go back and do the previous one, this was also a really cool change that we saw in the release of the game. Originally, this part, he actually did Kendo. So that doesn't really make sense. I'm glad they did change that. But again, this part still needs updating. They're probably the next one, maybe within the next week or so. All right, then, so let's have a look at Chapter 4. In this case, this is the fight against Renji. I believe this is new. Don't believe this was here originally. Damn, Renji was jumping on walls like that. I think the animation's a bit different too compared to the beta, but again, I don't really fully remember that much. But I feel like this is a bit new. Yes, sir, Ichigo. That's my goal right there. All right. Unfortunately for Renji, we're already activating our Bankai. He went down in literally one hit. That's crazy. All right, so now we just have to hit 20 times. And he should instantly go down once more. His poor blade. Oh, no. His hair's been undone, too. Oh, to be fair, this would be kind of a cool skin to get for Renji. The voice acting here, though, definitely needs some improvement, so it's not entirely perfect. At least one of the lines needed improvements. Yeah, this part kind of sounds like muddled. Sounds like it's underwater. Personally, right now, I don't dislike that they are using anime screenshots here. Especially because I doubt these costumes will ever be in game. Nice little first-person shot. Kind of cool seeing this perspective, because I don't think we saw like that in the anime. So it's not like they're just adapting the anime one-to-one. Even shot-to-shot. Unless it's an iconic shot, you know? This was a very... I know I'm talking over it, but this was actually a really cool moment in the anime. I think it's one of Renji's best moments, in all honesty. This is a really cool moment. But unfortunately, this manga panel kind of ruined it for me. So yeah, pretty cool. Alright, we go. We're running up. Again, such a super cool way of introducing Kenpachi. But already, there's spiritual pressure. They can't handle it. They're going to sleep. I don't think you get stuff like this anymore, even in late game Bleach. A character introduction like this, you know? But to be fair, it is Kenpachi. Here you go, stabs. Uh-oh. Stand by his intent. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm excited for him, man. He should be hopefully after Gin. Not confirmed, obviously. But he was one of the few characters playable. That was never playable in the betas. He was in the pre-alpha test. So super early on. I didn't get to use him much. But I'm excited to use Kenpachi once more. So hopefully he is after Gin's release. I kind of like the echo effect here. I think that's an intentional choice, given that this area is super big, you know? I feel like there would be an echo here. I don't feel like you heard that in the anime. And he actually is just watching, just like in-game. I know the Slash team doesn't have access to Kisuke, but it kind of just makes sense using Yachi with Kenpachi, you know? So he's definitely going to be a Slash character, even though he wasn't in the pre-alpha test, but... Okay. Here we go. Let's fight him. So this time we actually get to use a SR Ichigo. That is already worked on, so we aren't going to just brute force our way through it. Kind of more later quests have effects like that. We're forced to use our unpowered character, because later on, by the time Chapter 10 comes out, most of us will probably be like max level 100. Let's parry. There we go. Haven't used this character in ages. Because I did instantly summon for Bankai Ichigo. Well, we rolled for Bankai Ichigo. So I didn't get to use this character much on this version. But I was using him a lot. He's my go-to damage dealer in the betas. Alright, dodge out the way. Parry again. There we go. Ooh. Is it possible to out-tap Kenpachi? Oh no. I don't think it is. I don't think it is. It would be funny though. What would happen if you actually did max at the bar? Nothing would probably happen, to be fair. Bro's got us on our knees. And unfortunately, that is where it does end. So you don't get to see the really cool cutscene. The cutscene they do show in the trailer, where Kenpachi does take off his eye patch. So yeah, just a small update video. Hopefully I'm not wrong. I'm pretty sure Chapter 4 in particular did not have any voice acting or cutscenes. Chapter 3 might have, but I feel like a lot of this was new. So if you are someone that has been some reason putting off playing through the stream mode, Chapter 3 and 4 in particular, now is a good time to do it. If you just want to go back and play through it to see the cutscenes, now is a good time to do it. And as we progressively unlock more cutscenes, once they do get approved by the Shueisha, the IP holder, we will continue to make update videos because I myself am excited to see, you know, Chapter 7 onwards. Because in the beta, Chapter 1 to 6 did have cutscenes, but Chapter 7 to 9 is all new even for me. And those cutscenes are something I am interested in. Hopefully, though, whenever they do, they probably won't, but we definitely do deserve some type of compensation once it's fully fixed. A cool way of doing that would be allowing us to go back and clear all the chapters again, but I think that might be a bit too much. Either way, some form of compensation would be nice when the situation has been fully fixed. Either way, hope you guys enjoyed the video. See you guys next time. Take care and peace.